Episode 112. I realize it's a festive holiday season, but some people do have to work. Kind of getting in the way of that, these dancing guys are. But they do have the moves, and I guess you gotta keep warm in the cold if you're not wearing anything. Should probably put some clothes on. Have I got an amazing assignment? Got an assignment for you, Kupo. Fan letters addressed to one of the Old Oz preeminent gladiators, the Prince of the Bloodsands, the one and only Franz the Fair. I think we've heard mention of him in one of the random pop-up bubbles that appear over intangible NPCs near the gladiator place. After all you've done on my behalf, I think it only fair to reward you just so. So charismatic he is, that even a Moogle unacquainted with the games cannot help but swoon when delivering the daily batch, Kupo. Franz is training for an upcoming match, so you can probably find him at the Gladiators Guild in Old Dahl, Kupo. Pardon me? Are you gonna join in? Now that it's a new episode, my tolerance for watching cutscenes that I don't need to sit through has gone back up. There's no reason to include this every time, as often as I do even, but it just feels like I'm actually, traveling there. More so than it does whenever you just teleport around. Teleporting in games is a double-edged sword, where one edge is much sharper than the other, that being the edge of convenience being much sharper than the edge of fidelity. I feel like you gain a lot of convenience and lose only a little bit of fidelity when people can just fast travel or teleport around, even if there's some lore to it, like it in this game. But even that lore sometimes gets in the way of things, doesn't it? Would that have been the hustings trips I needed to go to, or... Well, I can go either way, I guess. Teleporting has the effect, like flight or mounts or whatever, of making the game world feel that much more smaller. But of course, with all the things you can do in a game like this or any other game, you don't want to waste people's time with fast travel, or with slow travel, right? I just think that maybe there are some games that can incorporate lengthy travel times into their game and still make it enjoyable. I don't know. It's something that's been in the back of my mind for a while. Don't know any good examples, but it'd be nice if game worlds could feel less like prompts, more real or something. And being able to, or being unable to just go wherever you want at the click of a button maybe helps in building up that feeling. Those are just my feelings, though. We haven't been here in a long time. I hope Mila doesn't recognize us because we left her quest hanging for a long, long time. I don't think there was anything urgent she had for us, but still, it'd be embarrassing if we came crawling back. Maybe she doesn't recognize us in casual clothes. Or it's been so long, she doesn't even remember our face. The spectacular specimens arrayed before you are the finest to grace the Bloodsands. What visionary could pluck these prizes from the great gaggle of gladiators clamoring for glory? Bubu Doga, who else? Silent Moss, the Solemn. Quite an outfit, these people. In the crucial moments prior to a match, a gladiator must not be distracted. You have been warned. Disregard my words and there will be repercussions. If you're expecting me to entertain you like the boy, then piss off. A prezi for me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Unless it's one of them new Eshtame's ring set. Oh bugger, it's for Franz, ain't it? Yeah, everyone's a big fan of Franz, aren't they? Kind of got those heroic looking looks, doesn't he? Personally, I like Silent Moss. Well, it might be a bit uncouth to say that. I guess it's not very secret where my interests lie. Anyway. And what can I do for you this most beauteous afternoon? Shall I sign your flyer with my mark, perhaps? Approximately 5 score. A lot of fan mail. Cease that transaction this instant. My provisional postwoman. I will not permit you to endanger the well-being of my prized gladiator. Ever the Lanista, our Bubudoka. Lately he's been more like an overly concerned father, though. Don't know that word, Lanista. With ample cause, every day brings us more disconcerting missives from disgruntled fans and dishonored opponents, with ever more elaborate threats. I fear not the jealousy and envy from my enemies. Will them words leap from the parchment and do Franz harm? What in the 7 hells was that horrid stench? The foul fruit of poisonous intent, a morbid seedling concealed within the letters. Pray hold your breath whilst I dispose of the creature. The wages of fame and fortune, mayhap. Franz cannot help but attract the adoration of misguided souls who covet him body and soul. Melodrama does not become you, my dear. A doe-eyed maiden's affections are no match for an opponent's blade, and both have yet to leave a mark. In the womenfolk you need to fear, pretty boy, but their husbands and the sell swords that what they hire to cut you in your sleep. Else for enough gil, I take the job myself. His mutinous phrasing notwithstanding, Langlosiert's suppositions are closest to mine own. The language of past letters is most telling. You're all face, pretty boy. Stay out of the Colosseum. If you step onto the blood sands again, I'll rip your head off and... Well, I needn't continue. Suffice it to say, other gladiators are whom I deem the most likely culprits. If so, these fine upstanding gentlemen and women are more than welcome to seek recompense in the Colosseum. Anyway, I've heard enough. I must clear my head before the match. Pretty boy's got the right idea there. I think I'll have a drink before we go to work. Come now, you have to admit that was awfully suspicious. Are you sure Lang ain't behind the threats? He's obviously jealous of Franz's popularity. I will not attempt to speak to his feelings. That said, Langlosiert and his brethren committed many terrible crimes in the Black Shroud. He may have since paid his dues, but how far can we trust a man such as he? After running afoul of Brass Blade some time ago, Langlosiert was declared a Noxious. A lot of words this time. Langlosiert, Noxious. I was fortunate enough to witness an early performance, during which his glorious potential became apparent to me. Hence I saw him properly armed and given into my care, where he flourished like all my charges, and earned enough to purchase his freedom. In any case, I firmly believe that these letters are the work of others. Moreover, I am certain that these cretins will make further attempts to harass Franz, which is why I would engage your services, good postwoman, to ensure his safety. I should not be surprised if our enemies attempt to masquerade as devoted fans in order to gain access to Franz. Therefore, I would have you investigate our friends surreptitiously to see if any are behaving suspiciously. Post these placards on the walls of the Colosseum and distribute these flyers to the fans to fans on the steps of Nald. If you notice aught out of the ordinary, pray inform me, and we shall discuss our next move. On the blood sense, I'd trust him no question. Anywhere else? Hells no. Men are not wont to change, particularly when they continue to be rewarded for their faults. Observe closely the reactions of the fans as you post the placards and distribute the flyers. If these fiends detest Franz as much as I believe, your actions may drive them to reveal their intent. Or perhaps, like the others, you think Langloisiert responsible? I think not, and for one unassailable reason. Langloisiert was once condemned to the Marasaja pit for ghastly violent crimes. It was that self-same propensity for violence which saw him declared Anoxious and earned him his freedom. If truly he wished to do Franz harm, he would be far more direct, I should think. I guess Noxious is a term in Final Fantasy only, unless it's also a real word. Meaning, I guess, someone who fought for their freedom. A Franz fanatic. The match is almost upon us, boys, so make sure you know the chants by heart. And don't let me catch either of you sober when the match starts. This is a goddamn fight, not a bleeding service at the ossuary. Would you look at that, boys? A new Franz the Fair placard. Cor, look at the beauties they drew cheering him on. He's swiving your wife, he's swiving your wife. Franz the Fair, he's swiving your wife. That kind of cheer, huh? I thought they were fans, but... well, maybe that is... what a fan would cheer for, Franz. I don't know, it could go either way. Pay me no mind, good madam. I am but another adoring fan of Franz the Fair, like you, I presume. I would certainly never engage in untoward activities in the pursuit of my hobbies. Is that a new Franz the Franz the Fair placard? Calm yourself, fool. When the time is right, we shall remove it from the wall and add it to the collection. Wait, what is this sensation? Is someone watching us? No, not us. We are of no concern to anyone. It is the placard they want, like we do. Think it was over here? That someone talked about Franz? Maybe somewhere else, or... these two. Or not. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I heard about Franz somewhere else. Oh wait, I can just go out this way, can't I? Or no, I have to go through here. That way. No, wait. I can't just go through here. Why doesn't the map connect here? I guess the zones connect, but the map doesn't actually physically connect here. What to get for the man who has everything? Oh, is that a Franz the Firefly in your hand? I must have it. A notice informing the paying public of an upcoming gladiatorial match featuring one Franz the Fair. The number of exclamation points used on the leaflet suggests the printer may have charged by the character. Look at the way the artist has captured his trademark grin, how he glares at his opponents with disdain. I cannot wait to see this vision become reality in the arena, wielding his... Oh, that would be splendid. I shall send him the finest sword money can buy. I shall have the sword inscribed with my name as well, so that he never forgets the name of his beloved benefactor. Wait, is this the Franz? Is he normally just standing here? Have I run by Franz many times without realizing this was Franz, or is this just a look-alike? More than a few gladiators take after Franz the Fair, like this fellow here. Oh, I see. Of course, there's no substitute for the real thing. Oh my, I had no idea Franz was fighting so soon. I was so taken with this imitation that I nearly missed the genuine article. What to wear, what to wear. I must prepare the perfect ensemble to catch his eye and seduce him from... Ah, did you feel that? I just had the strangest sensation that someone was staring daggers at us. Oh gods, I know what it is. Another woman must have overheard my plan, and now she plots to ruin me. Well, I won't let that sway me from my mission. Mark my words, Franz will be mine. Could be a thumbnail. Something like this. That seems appropriate. It's not the actual Franz, but it's like taking a photo shoot for a stunt double or something, for the sake of a thumbnail. So tell me, did you notice Autumn Miss? Aside from the usual shenanigans preceding a Colosseum match, that is. I see. Well, it so happens that I sorted through the remainder of Franz's mail, and found a score of new threatening letters. I had no choice but to inform Silent Moss and Olimbo, who were so overwhelmed with concern that they took to the streets in search of their companion. While we await their return, I would have you continue your covert surveillance of the Colosseum by consorting with our more prestigious guests as my representative. You may begin with Lady Genevieve. Extend to her your warmest welcome on my behalf, but remain ever vigilant to your surroundings. There are few who revel in the spectacle of blood sport as Lady Genevieve. Afford her every courtesy and welcome her as one would welcome a sultana. However, do not lose sight of your true purpose. You must remain vigilant for any would-be assailants. Welcome, welcome. That should be a gray one, right? No? A yellow one? I'm sure it's on screen already. There it is, right at the top. Do you expect me to welcome your intrusion? You will know that I do not. Save your pleasantries for another time. My beloved Franz shall walk upon the bloodsands soon, and I would not miss his triumphant return for the world. Oh. That voice just now, from the steps of Nald. Some misfortune must have befallen that low-bred Mikote. It is past time, I say. She is not fit to fight alongside my Franz. Oh, she actually gives out a quest. She's a normal NPC. What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence. And now, look. Look at how my gill is scattered across the ground. Pick it up right this instant. No. That's just her other quest. We're not gonna do it. I could do it to waste time, but I'm wasting time enough as it is doing the Moogle quests. Ugh, I'm fine. One of the bastard's partners must have cracked me on the head from behind. Still can't see straight, but I saw him well enough. Franz was walking towards Emerald Avenue, and Lang was following him at a distance. How could he? After everything that Franz and Bubudoga did for him. Even Mumuapo can't fight his way out of a sentence. If it wasn't for Franz, Lang would have died at Noxious. And that's what'll happen if he's fool enough to kill Franz. But you won't let him, will you? Do not worry about me, worry about Franz. Find Lang before he does something foolish. Didn't even budge. Got a magic trick, huh? I've never seen that emote. Incredible. What is that emote? Probably a store one? No choice. Too many innocents. It was all we could do to defend ourselves. What in the seven hells are you blabbering about? Kill Franz? Did the girl take a tumble and bash her noggin? We were wrong, postwoman. Langlosert was tracking the gladiators hunting Franz. It would seem he's been keeping watch over the boy since the moment he left the guild. Pretty boy's got talent, but he's raw. Knows how to deal with enemies he can see, but hasn't an inkling how to deal with those he can't. So I make a habit of following him from time to time. Of course, he's a slippery one and often gets away. Credit for this particular failure goes not to Franz, though. The gladiators noticed our presence. We were unprepared, and there were too many innocents. Sod it, I ain't making excuses. All I wanted to do was keep him safe. I owe him that much. Gil, ale, woman, 'tain't not compared to freedom. A man what helps you win that is a man you owe your life. Oi, postwoman, you're the one still standing, helping old Whoreson keep his honor and go after the pretty boy. Him and the others went out the east gate of out the gate of Nald. Not sure why I thought east. They wore masks and fought with the fury of Colosseum gladiators. We'll need time to recover. More than me body, me pride's in a bad way. Quit dallying and go after the boy. They went out the gate of Nald. You'll know them by their masks and their tempers. Be careful. Right, this was Stone's Throw. I think I thought previously that Stone's Throw was a prison or something when I saw it by name, or in context or something, but I remember Stone's Throw is this refugee camp. I guess they weren't threatening with throwing you in jail, but threatening with throwing you out to the slums or something. That other time I heard the name Stone's Throw. That's neither hither nor thither. Got some more, huh? Stunned? How annoying. Died anyway. So unbeauteous, how all my friends have suffered for my sake. But you, Goat-Post Woman, you were magnificent in battle, beauteous even, more so than me to be sure. How did you become such as you are? I must know. My fans, they cheer for me. They believe me beautiful. Yet in truth, I could never live up to their expectations if put to a true test. Long have I suspected that the syndicate conspires to have my party face lesser opponents to ensure our victory. So when I learned of the gladiators' threats, I was overjoyed. I stoked the fires of their jealousy to invite an attack. Long had I craved a true challenge, and soon I would have it. 'Twas to be my quest alone. None were to be involved, much less hurt. Alas, out of fear for my safety, all have suffered on my account. Bugger me. If you wanted a beating, all you had to do was ask. Hells, I have a mind to give him one anyway. There's to be no more moping or sneaking about, is that clear? A crisis of confidence is hardly warranted, Franz. You're a formidable gladiator, not to mention the soul of this team. God's damn right. We weren't trying to protect you because we thought you were weak. We were doing it because that's what your mates are supposed to do. You hearing all this, Prince of the Bloodsands? For the pride of Ul'dah, the suave southern dandy, quit contemplating your navel, and accept that you're pretty damn good at this gladiator business. Yeah, I am pretty damn good, aren't I? Beauteous even. I don't know what came over me. And with that, I believe it is time for your beauteous return to the shores of Gladiatoriana. You always learn some new words playing Final Fantasy. Where do they get these from? I'll fight in this match solo. The others are in no condition to participate. And just like that, he regresses and attempts to shoulder the burden by himself once more. Lest you forget, I am also pretty good at this conjury business. Those weaklings in the Colosseum don't stand a chance against us. Even as we are now. Let's just earn our pay and get back to the training grounds. Try not to be too efficient. Remember that it's not about if you win, but how you win. The style, the improvisation. Give the crowd something to remember. Then you may return to Havatali. Wait a second. Did we fight these guys? In Havatali, the hard mode? I remember there was like a whole group of people, but surely not this same group. Maybe? I'll look it up later. Say, you should come join Come and join us afterwards, postwoman. I would love nothing more than to pit my beauteous skill against yours. Aye aye, Holotolly ain't as glamorous as the Blood Sands, but I guarantee you'll have a grand old time. Maybe this is them inviting you to do that. This would have come out in patch 2.1, and Holotolly... When was that hard mode? 2.2? Maybe even 2.1? Look it up sometime, I guess. I guess we'll go back to... Right. Back to the Moogle. I think that was the last patch 2.1 Moogle quest, so... From here on it'll be patch 2.2 Moogle quests, then 2.3 and so on. Up to 2.5. They were front-loaded with a bunch of 2.1 delivery quests, but... Starting with 2.2 and then so on, there are only a few per patch. Still a lot to go to reach 25 though. I think I decided that Komori was maybe because she rode in the opening cutscene as a gladiator. That she used to be, I don't know, a gladiator in one of the pits or something. Never really made a name for herself or whatever. And of course, no one would recognize her. Not a household name like Franz the Fair. And that's why she decided to quit that life, after she found out that she had more skill with a wand at the Thaumaturgist Guild. Just some useless backstory that I imagined. Why she stopped being a gladiator so soon after entering the game as one. Hey, where's the Moogle? Is it one of these? Couldn't be. No, this isn't it. Where'd he go? This is unexpected. I guess because the patch 2.1 quest ended here, he moved somewhere? The Moogle? Could he have gone though? Didn't really tell me where he was going. None of these seem new. I'm going to have to do a rare move where I just pause the episode and look it up, I guess. Hate to have to do this. Oh well. Well, that was a surprise. It turns out that not only am I doing the Moogle quests, I'm going to have to do a bunch of other side quest chains in order to even unlock the next part of the Moogle delivery quest. If you were doing the Moogle quest normally, you'd have no way of knowing this, I guess. You'd have to look it up or something. Seems like my prerequisite is over here in the central shroud. Just some random orange quest you'd need to do before getting the next set. Somewhere around 16... here. Out in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure there's a lore reason this is related, but the location is just a surprise. I can't imagine a lot of people did the Moogle quests if the prerequisites to get all of the other quests were hidden behind something like this. They'll probably be involved in the Moogle quests later on, but I guess this was a 2.0 thing that they wanted to expand on a little bit with the Moogle stuff. Why did I ever decide to become a scholar? An adventurer's life would have afforded me more solitude. You have the honor of addressing Marcette, realm-renowned naturalist and esteemed authoress of the new Eorzean Geographic, the single most comprehensive collection of knowledge our realm has ever seen, or ever will see. You've not heard of the Geographic? Well, of course you haven't. It hasn't been published yet, and it never will be if my assistants keep dawdling around instead of doing their jobs. So hop to it. Of course I'm talking to you. Do you see anyone else here? Now for the 70,000th time, five toadstool caps, and be quick with them. I guess Komori has no actual reason to be doing this quest in the middle of nowhere, since she's just supposed to be a delivery woman right now. But maybe she got lost during one of her deliveries or something. Let's just pretend. I guess in a sense what we're doing right now is just glorified delivery, isn't it? There's some steps to kill some monsters in between, but we're just doing deliveries. Have you brought me my toadstool caps? Each moment you dally deprives the realm of my prodigious knowledge. Yes, hand it over now. But of course, it is just as I theorized. The spore density of these toadstools is exponentially greater than that of samples taken from before the calamity. Clearly they have evolved as such in order to adapt to an increasingly harsh environment. And with this, another entry of the new Eorzean Geographic is complete. Who are you again? And we're not done. We've got a few more before we even take on the Moogle quest. Research Assistant 6. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Research Assistant 6. That is the title I have deigned to bestow upon you after your humble contribution to my latest scientific breakthrough. Mind you, now that you are officially my research assistant, there will be no slacking off. I require a live lightning spark. Here is a jar. Now hurry, I haven't all day. Already killed one of those. This is the case where we might accidentally kill it if we do too much damage, so just kind of whack it a bit for me. Let the chocobo do most of the work, and there we go. The mere fact that you dare to interrupt me means that you must have the live lightning spark I require. Well, hand it over then. Oh, aren't you a cute little one? Just think of all the fun I can have with you. The next assistant who dares shirk her duties is in for quite a shock. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, toadstools. If my theories are correct, sending a shock through the toadstools will trigger a sense of danger, causing them to reproduce with unheard of speed. Truly, my genius knows no bounds. To think of the discoveries I could make if I had but a single competent assistant. You, Assistant 7, or was it 4? Whoever you are, be gone from my sight and let me concentrate for once. I would let you concentrate if we were done with your quests. But we actually have 2 more to do. Sveen. I swear to you, that woman is a fiend, a monster, a greater danger to this realm than all the beast tribes put together, and then some. I speak of Marset, of course. No sooner did I return with 300 hornet stingers, she requested that she... Did I return with 300 hornet stingers she requested, then she sends me off to conduct a water survey at Hopeseed Pond. In my condition, I'm like to fall in face first and drown. Oh, friend, I'm too young to die. Please say you'll help me. You must. Research Assistant 8, 173. You're late. I am conducting an experiment of the utmost importance to determine the source of the distinctive stink of a stroper's breath, and require one freshly extracted stroper's stomach. The stench is said to be strong enough to knock out a man, so I shall provide you with a bottle of Marset's breath begone. I know not what you've been eating lately, but you may want to take a dose of it yourself. Oh, and do try not to get killed, will you? Funeral rites for incompetent assistants are eating away at an inordinate share of my research budget these days. Huh. They're bigger than I remember. I don't think the ones inside the Orm Veil are even this big, or maybe it's just perspective, I don't know. Have some of this. Right. This is the size I'm used to. I guess halistropers and stropers are different, somehow. Couldn't just be the size, because then it'd just be like a big stroper, right? Surely there's a difference in species or something? Or phylum? Genus? Something. I don't want to be Research Assistant 7, 12, or 43. I just want to go home. Ah, praise the gods you're back. Were you able to complete the survey? 1, 2, 3 samples from Hopeseed Pond. Wonderful. I cannot thank you enough, though I cannot help but ponder what other back-breaking tasks might be in my future. Pluck the wisdom teeth of a Gabu. Procure a leaf from a tree ants head. The gods only know. Grandfather, grandmother, can you hear me up there? Your dear grandson shall be joining you all too soon. Assistant, whatever your number was, I haven't all week. you'd best have the stroper stomach I requested, or I do believe I shall use your own innards as a substitute. Yes, just hand it over, will you? And the dissection reveals exactly as I surmised. With the proliferation of poisonous toadstools in the years since the calamity, the stroper's diet has undergone a dramatic change. The reactions of the toadstools with the stroper's stomach acids results in the noxious gases emitted from the mouth of the foul beast. And with that groundbreaking discovery, I believe I owe my prodigious mind a well-deserved respite. You, on the other hand, Research Assistant 6, have earned nothing of the sort. Get out of here, and hone your skills, that you might actually make yourself half useful the next time I call upon you. Well, I can see why they wanted to have a new Moogle quest for her. Quite a character. And yes, he's there. Good. There are probably more quests that I have to do similar quest chains before the Moogle becomes available. I'll have to look those up, I guess. Well, if it isn't my most accomplished assistant, you truly could not have come at a better time. I've just the perfect assignment for you. This parcel here must be delivered to one Marset, a naturalist doing research on fauna at Dunstane Spire in Central Shroud. Brains, beauty, grace. Why, I envy you for being able to bask in her brilliance. Sadly, my supervisory duties demand that I remain in this post. In this spot. Anyhow, you might want to hurry with that package, and try not to mind the smell, Kupo. If anything, the Moogle quests are probably a decent way of finding out which normal side quests in 2.0 are kind of worth looking into, maybe with more character than your bog standard side quest. You there, Research Assistant 62, or was it 26? But who even cares what your number is? You're late. Hand over my package at once. Yes, come to me, what in the seven hells is this? Apricot? If this is your idea of a joke, my next experiment will be to measure how many lightning sparks can fit up your worthless arse. It's, Hobriot, Professor. With a silent apricot. Hobrio. Hobrio? Is the T silent? Hovrio? No, must be Hobrio. Silence, halfly toe. You should fall to your knees and thank the 12 that I deign to address you by any name at all. Now answer me. What in the name of Novica's teats am I supposed to do with this rubbish? But I swear, Professor, I placed the order exactly as... This is raw mole meat, Hoggle no. I ask for a live mole, living, as in what you won't be doing when I'm through with you. Gah, Research Assistant number 832. Time to prove that you're the only one around here worth your weight in gobu droppings. My current research project is a study of the behavior of those troublesome talpids, moles, to a layman such as yourself. You need not concern yourself with the specifics of my research, which would be far beyond your feeble mind. You need only know that I require one live mole pup, and I require it now. The blank stare on your face tells me that you lack even the common knowledge that the royal plantations of Ul'dah are known to be infested with the filthy creatures, and that any half-wit botanist who works there could educate you as to how to capture one. Am I not making myself clear? Research Assistant 777. You, the royal plantations, a live mole pup. To me, now. How many numbers has she assigned to us? I don't think she's even repeated it once. Maybe that's why the number goes so high. Maybe she only has 1 or 2 research assistants. Me and this guy right here. But every time she uses a new number, I'd believe it. These little plantations, where we started doing our quests for Ul'dah back in the day. The first quests that weren't part of the, I guess, main story. I mean, it was part of the main story quest line, but it was just some random stuff they make you do as a beginner adventurer. It was Gagari we talked to as well. Oh no. That means Gagari is the one that's going to talk with alliteration. I remember now. Looking to nab yourself a mole, are you? You'll hear no argument from me. Cute little buggers. But leave them to their own devices and they're more than happy to eat us out of house and home. Huh, I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, or she's just written differently this time. Fortunately, they're more belly than brains. Simple enough to snag one if you've the right tools. First of all, you're going to want to set this bundle of weeds atop one of their mole holes. Then take this flintstone and set the weeds aflame. Smoke will flood the tunnel, and the moles will come bursting to the surface for a breath of fresh air. Mind you, I said moles, plural. Your little pup won't put up much of a fight, but his mother won't be so keen to part with her young. You'd best brace yourself for a fight. This is serial killer behavior. Kind of fitting for Komori, I guess. A little bit. What a terrible thing to do. And Komori will do it. You're coming with me. This doesn't look like a mole. Huh. Kind of cartoony. Always hard to teleport using the map this way. On controller, that is. There may be a better way to do it. I don't think going through the list is better, but maybe some way to snap between teleport points or something. Some control that I'm not aware of. Could be. I wouldn't be surprised. And bows. This doesn't really stop the rain, does it? But I guess I like the pose. Research assistant, whatever your number was, I swear to the gods, if you've come back empty-handed, I'll use you for my next research specimen. Well, look at this, a mole pup. A scrawny little runt if I ever saw one. But what can I say? My experience with certain research assistants has left me with a soft spot for half-wits, monsters, and ugly things. Don't worry, misshapen beauty. I'll be very, very gentle. Apricot, you'd best be taking notes. Die, foul vermin. Die, die. Professor, what are you doing to the poor beast? To the seventh hell with you, I say. In Norfolka's name, Professor, have mercy. And once again, my hypothesis proves true. Have you never found it strange that, despite spending the better part of their lives in tunnels beneath the soil, moles possess unusually large eyes? Of course you haven't, because you possess the mental faculties of a dimmer-than-average dormouse. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that I have. My self-styled teacher at Talone posited that their eyes grew large that they might better see their prey in the darkness. But I thought, no, I knew different. I theorized that their eyes, regardless of their size, were nigh useless. That they did not see, but rather felt the vibrations around them to identify potential preys and foes. Did you see how the mole pup, its eyes still shut, squealed and squirmed in abject terror as I rained blows down and all around him? Once again it is proven, Atalone is a fool. The student has surpassed the teacher. I would retain the pup for further study, but I have another mole that has outgrown its usefulness. Consider it yours. What should you do with it? How should I know? Burn it, vivisect it, skin it and eat it for all I care. Just get it, and yourself out of my sight. Research calls. This woman is a criminal. I don't think that book is ever getting published. Seems like the research never ends. You are aware that it is my research into Eorzea's beastkin, upon which the relative strengths of the triple triad cards are based, yes? I estimate your chances of defeating me are at 0.00001%, and that's on a good day. Well, it's raining, so I guess it's a bad day. We'll kick your ass anyway. I'm going to remove all icons above your head, so we never deal with you ever again. Oh, dissension, huh? What do you think of this? She's not a very good player. I guess that's good for me. Good. In one try we got what we needed. And she said was, "Bah, what was I thinking, wasting my time and prodigious mental faculties on this stupid game, when I could be saving Eorzea with my research? Be gone with you at once." We'll call that revenge, for all of the pain you put us through. And I do feel bad for this minion. We'll try to raise you right. I'm not sure Komori is going to be a very good parent. But she's the one you got right now. Why'd you not come out? Where are you? Oh, right, because I have the umbrella out, I forgot. You can't mix the two. You can only have a fashion accessory or a minion, not both. Guess we'll keep this thing out for a while. Let's sit right here. While Komori ponders newfound motherhood, it'd be a good time to take a break.